Today I will be visiting football clubs owned by the biggest celebrities in the world. I'll be checking out their top tier VIP tickets from the EFL Championship to Serie A to the Premier League. But I'll also be reading 1-star and 5-star reviews and leaving my own rating to see if these football clubs really live up to their celebrity status. My first stop will be in the EFL Championship in Wales at Wrexham, and their celebrity owner is Ryan Reynolds, the Hollywood movie star, who wants the world to marvel at Wrexham. A 1-star review says James McLean was so unprofessional taking the slip road down onto the bypass. He undertook me, and when I beat my horn at him, he stuck his middle finger up at me. 5-star review says if you are hoping to see Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney in the flesh, there's actually a half-decent chance of that. I was instantly met with Deadpool on entry, but would I catch a glimpse of the man himself like the review said? As I walked in, it did feel quite Hollywood, fitting as it was a Hollywood derby between Wrexham and Birmingham City. I got a programme and there were 5 courses on the menu. I don't know how I'm going to eat all that, but I was hungry, a little too hungry as I spilt all my soup. I'm just not built for VIP. The food kept on coming, but me being fussy, there was something dodgy in my food. Olives are my worst nightmare. But it wasn't as bad as a meal you will see later in this video. The steak came out and I only had one word for it: banging. But I decided to be fussy once again with this. I said previously that I'm not going to be fussy, but this is too far. After all that food, it was now time to head out to the game. It's basically USA versus Canada today. That's the game. Tom Brady is from the USA and owns Birmingham City, but how loud would the country of Wales be? Pretty loud, but we will compare it to 3 other countries I'm visiting in this video. But there was a big problem here in Wrexham. Someone's took my seat. I've got a ticket, but somebody has got the same ticket. I've got a stand for the game. So this was my view until the steward came along and started checking seats, offering me a spare seat right at the top. But this was now my view. I like Deadpool. Not anymore. Even the university had better seats than me. But you will find out if another celebrity owner who also plays a superhero gets it right later. I could finally sit to enjoy the game, and it wasn't long until Wrexham took the lead. Wrexham had more chances whilst I sat behind the red pillar. Then the half-time whistle went. I quickly ate my cheesecake, then headed back out to my restricted seat, and as soon as I sat down, Birmingham City scored. It just kicked off. It's literally just kicked off and they scored. It's mad. We've got a game. We've got a game on. And throughout the second half, chances came and went. Everyone kicked off at the referee, and then the final whistle blew in a fair result. James McLean never stuck his middle finger up at me. My seat wasn't great at all, and I didn't catch a glimpse of Ryan Reynolds, but I do get to meet someone very important later in this video. Overall, Wrexham get a 5 out of 10. And remember, you will find out at the end which club gets the highest rating. Now we fly over to the east of England, Portman Road, the home of Ipswich Town. Their celebrity owner is Ed Sheeran, the singing superstar and supporter of Ipswich Town, looking to make them an 18. A 1-star review says, shocker, poor team, poor fans, poor atmosphere. Give it a wide swerve. A 5-star review says, one of the best stadiums in England. A real gem of an old school ground. The best. I walked through the grounds of Portman Road and went to the dedicated hospitality entrance, where I found the small but very VIP lounge, which was also very quiet, nearly silent actually. On my table was a lanyard, programme and an autograph book, but would I get a player's autograph today? I did get 2 huge TVs in the room so I could watch football before football, but I was hungry and the menu was very fine dining. And that's what I got. The starter came out, which was trout, which I'm not a big fan of, but today is about change for me. I'm not one to live in the past. I'm not a Manchester United fan. How did this one taste at Ipswich Town? Trout, so good. Pink grapefruit. The main was lamb, which I could not wait to get into, as you can see, and I just had one word to describe this one. And there's always room for dessert, but it looked like a chocolate Christmas tree was on top of it. How did it taste? I'm a fussy guy and changing that today. I'm going to finish it. I mean, I lied, but do I still get a pass? The team sheets arrived, fans were filling up the stadium, which meant it was time to check out the director's box, which was very classy. The seats were padded, of course, and some of the seats even had TVs, something which I will experience in another country later in this video. But I did feel a little bit odd. Everyone's in suits other than me. The only suit I wore today was my birthday suit this morning. The atmosphere was building, especially when Nunes came out, who had just signed from Ipswich Town rivals Norwich City.
Signed from Norwich City. It's like a Man United player going to Liverpool.
It was now time for kick-off. The players made their way out and Portman Road was getting loud.
Come on the town!
Not a Not a lot happened in the first 30 minutes until we eventually got a goal to put Ipswich Town 1-0 up. But could Derby County get back into this one? We'd have to wait until after half-time. I went back into the lounge where there was cake, sausages and a pie waiting on my table. Then back out for the second half where we got a Derby County goal. Then the game started to become heated.
It's getting fiery in here. The atmosphere's going crazy now.
But out of nowhere, Derby County went 2-1 up. Derby County players stayed down, wasted time, but it was 100 minutes and suddenly Ipswich Town got a lifeline.
Wow, what a game. What a game.
The final whistle went, but I heard a familiar song.
They're playing Ed Sheeran, of course.
So I went back in for cheese, something I will have plenty of at a Champions League winning club later in this video. The stadium is proper old school. Atmosphere wasn't poor, and I'm glad I didn't give it a wide swerve because there's not too many grounds that still have character these days. Overall, Ed Sheeran's Ipswich Town get a 7 out of 10. But now I was going to a football club owned by a rapper. Next, I went back to Wales, this time to the south. Swansea City, whose celebrity owner is Snoop Dogg, the rapper who would like to take Swansea City higher than he is. A 1-star review says terrible food service and taste inedible. Quite rude staff. Do better. The 5-star review says comfortable stadium with good views and facilities. But let's check it out and make our own mind up. On my way in, there were plenty of pictures on the wall, and in the lounge it was quite relaxed.
It's so nice and chilled. It feels like a birthday party.
It wasn't a massive menu, but something kept coming up.
So far, every lounge has had fish everywhere.
But the fish you will see later in the video was very different to anything I had seen before. Then a couple of swans came out, but they didn't look too happy. Soon, the meat and veg came out.
I've seen better days though.
Then the team sheet was put on my table for Swansea City versus Leicester City, but the sticky toffee pudding wasn't my favourite.
Just need some ice cream or something. Something to go with it. I'm fussy.
And before the game, I guessed the first goal, 27 minutes. But would I be correct? I went out to my padded seat, the Swan was back, and this is the Jack Lewis Foundation, a really important mental health and well-being charity. But how loud was Swansea City? What a tune! Well, it wasn't to the level of Snoop Dogg, who wouldn't be happy when Leicester City went 1-0 up. And that was the only eventful thing that happened in the first half.
Not a great football game. I was bored. I think Snoop Dogg might have pumped some of his stuff into the dressing room. The players are so mellow. Nothing's happening.
But Swansea City came out the second half much better.
Might actually get a Swansea goal. Maybe.
And they had the opportunity when they got awarded a penalty. Leicester scored again, which I missed, and nearly scored again, but third time lucky, they got their third goal. And nearly a fourth before the full-time whistle went. Snoop Dogg's Swansea lost, but this isn't the only rapper who owns a football club in this video. The staff wasn't rude, food was actually quite nice, but not a lot of it. Seats were comfortable and chilled, so maybe it was a Cardiff City fan who done the 1-star review. Overall, Swansea City gets a 6. Coming up, we head to the other side of the Hollywood Derby. We are heading back to St Andrews, the home of Birmingham City, and their celebrity owner is Tom Brady, an NFL great swapping the football for soccer. A 1-star review says terrible service, waited too long to be served, should be sacked. The 5-star review says ever since Tom Wagner and his team took over, it has become a new place. Atmosphere fantastic and plenty of facilities. On the way in, I checked out some of the trophies Birmingham have won, including that League Cup against Arsenal in 2011. And as I walked up the stairs, I was met with a giant canvas of Jude Bellingham. As I walked into the hospitality, it felt Premier League. The table, menu, programme, designs, lanyard, everything felt high end. And in the programme, there was a page on Tom Brady, but I wondered if I would meet someone important today. Now, how would the food taste?
I thought it was chocolate. It's beef, thank God.
For starters, I got trout with some sort of sauce.
Don't know about that.
It tasted and looked like it had just been caught from the local canal system. This boy from Style wasn't used to this type of fine dining. The sauce was nice though. 20 minutes later, I was still waiting for the mains.
It seems like they went and caught the trout. Maybe they've gone out and caught the cow as well. Wouldn't get this at Aston Villa, would you? I'm joking.
So I went to the toilet in hope it would arrive, but came back and still nothing.
Tottenham fans waited 17 years for a trophy. I think I might wait 17 years for my main dinner.
The team sheet arrived, which I contemplated eating, and then the main dish was served.
It was worth the wait.
With the mains finished, it was nearly kick-off. Then I met the most important person in the building, Tom Wagner, the majority owner of Birmingham City. But you'll find out if I meet any more important people in this video. It was now time to check out the atmosphere in St Andrews and check out my seat too.
This seat is so comfy. They are banging out the tunes, man. I love Birmingham City already.
Early in the game, Birmingham City got a goal.
He's lobbed him. He's not giving it. Oh, ref. I don't know what happened
But the chances didn't stop for Birmingham, and neither did the shouts at the referee. At half-time, I came back to a dessert, which I finished quicker than a promising career at Manchester United. The second half started, and we finally got a goal. Then Ipswich Town brought Ashley Young on. Who of course used to play for Aston Villa, Birmingham City's rival. It was now the 83rd minute and Ipswich Town were pushing, but it didn't look like an equaliser was going to happen until the 95th minute. Ipswich Town scored the penalty, then it all kicked off. In the stands and on the pitch, it was turning ugly. Bottles were thrown at Ashley Young, then the final whistle went, and breathe. What a game.
I'm a little bit scared for my life in Birmingham City, though. These are lively.
So I headed back in, ate some cheese, and left St Andrews. Birmingham City was loud, and the hospitality was Premier League standard, as you will see when I visit celebrity Premier League clubs later in this video. Food took a while, but it was worth it when it came out. So Tom Brady's Birmingham City gets a 9.
And now it's to the Premier League, the Vitality Stadium, home of Bournemouth. Their celebrity owner is Michael B. Jordan, the star from Black Panther and Creed. But will his Bournemouth knock it out the park in the reviews? A 1-star review says, worst stadium in the Premier League by a long way. A good one should seat at least 20,000. This has just over half that. It's a fit for a League 2 side. It's unfair on the rest of the division that so many travelling fans have to miss out on this away match. They should either be forced to extend it or be relegated. And a 5-star review says, for a Premier League ground, the opportunity to get close to players as they arrive and after the match for signatures is second to none. The stadium facilities and value are excellent, and I will be meeting a Bournemouth player very soon. I had to wear a suit to this lounge, and as I made my way down the corridor, there were lots of pictures of Bournemouth players past and present on the walls. I saw the two teams, Bournemouth and Nottingham Forest, and once I was inside the lounge, I couldn't film too much, but everything was high end. But would the food match it? We had 3 canapes, bread, starters, and a main of lamb and dessert. But the most important meal of the day was this: pick a mix, where you could have as much as you want. We got a programme and a team sheet before heading out to my seat. I had a sit here sign on my seat in case I forgot how to, but what was the atmosphere like? Not sure about the atmosphere at the moment, but we are so close to the pitch. Look how close we are.
I could nearly touch the balls.
The players came out to fireworks and pyros. Cherry Bear was living the dream, and the game kicked off, and so did Sean Dyche. And again, and again, and again, and again, of course.
We're on Sean Dyche's watch. He's not happy. Not one little bit. He's kicking on.
And that leaked onto the players when this happened. Kicking off everywhere. It felt like Michael B. Jordan's Creed movie. Let's hope the player I meet later has calmed down by then. Sean Dyche was angry again at a corner that Bournemouth got given, and this is what happened from that corner.
Oh!
Oh! What a goal! What a goal! Oh my word!
Sean Dyche is going mad, and it wasn't a corner. It wasn't a corner. It should have been a goal kick.
It was all Bournemouth in the first half, and it wasn't long before another goal. Oh! What a goal! Oh my word! What a goal! And then Sean Dyche finally got yellow carded.
It's been coming. Sean Dyche, yellow card's been coming. He's going to get sent off in a minute, or he's going to cover me in the stands and headbutt me or something.
And after an eventful half, the whistle went. It was back in for pies and an afternoon tea to fill the belly up, but then we went back out on Sean Dyche watch. We did have a few Sean Dyche moments, but the second half was very uneventful, although it should have been 3-0 here.
Cracking up, turn it cracking up. Who's that cracking up?
But right now, the full-time whistle went, and it was time to go back in to meet the player of the match.
Hey, nice to meet you. Just sign this one, please. Thank you very much. All good. Thank you, mate. Cheers, mate.
This is a family stadium. It's small, but I like that. How often does the player of the match in the Premier League come up to meet you? The 1-star review was completely unfair, and every bit of it was wrong. The 5-star review was correct. We got to meet a player and made to feel very welcome at the Vitality Stadium. Overall, I'm giving Bournemouth an 8.5 out of 10.
But now I needed my passport to fly to Italy for the San Siro, home of AC Milan, and their celebrity owner is Drake, where he was hoping this team could make headlines. A 1-star review says toilets utter health hazard. leaked all over the floor, soaking footwear and urine and infection. The 5-star review says, had to be the best game for atmosphere. Die-hard fans spent whole game banging drums and singing. This was my first time at the San Siro, and we were welcomed on a red carpet. Then it was the stairs and more stairs. I found the toilets, which after reading the 1-star review, didn't fancy it. I eventually found the hospitality, which was all red, quite intimate and full of food, and my first plate was meatballs.
They're the best balls I've ever had. Potatoes, parmesan, meatballs. It's game over.
But it wasn't, as I went in for round 2, round 3 and round 4.
I told you all, I'm not going to be fussy anymore with my desserts. I'm going to give it a go. First of all, that apple strudel, banging. But this, I'm not sure. And I'm still not sure.
Now it was time to check out my seats, which looked like roller coaster seats.
They actually feel like it as well. You just need the barriers over your shoulders.
We had screens in our booths which showed everything, including Luka Modric, who had just signed. Then the players got an entrance for a warm-up. The San Siro had a DJ with a special guest, Dida, who played in a very memorable match against a football team you will see later in this video. But now it was light show time before AC Milan versus Bologna. There was something different about this AC Milan team.
I was hoping to see AC Milan in their red and white, but they're playing in their yellow third kit today. A little bit gutted, but I'll get over it.
The game was a little bit dull, but one player was controlling everything.
Modric is on it. On it. He still got it, man. What a player.
Throughout the first half, the atmosphere wasn't like the 5-star review said, and this was because the ultras were protesting. AC Milan nearly scored.
I think he hit the post.
And just to make sure, I had the screen to confirm, but now it was half time. Well, I got a quick orange juice and spotted something in the crowd.
That is quite possibly the scariest mascot I have ever seen in my life.
What is it? In the second half, nothing much happened.
We're not getting a goal today. We're not getting a goal. No way.
I was wrong. Modric scored for AC Milan and we finally got a breakthrough.
San Siro's woken up now. It is woken up now. Wow.
Milan hit the post, then they were awarded a late penalty, but VAR had different ideas. The game finished and I walked 1,000 stairs to leave. The toilets in the hospitality were clean and I didn't catch any dodgy infections. The atmosphere wasn't as expected due to the protest, but what an incredible and historic stadium the San Siro is. Overall, it gets an A. From Italy to France now and to the 2025 Champions League winners PSG, whose celebrity owner is Kevin Durant, the basketball star who's hoping to slam dunk more Champions League trophies into the cabinet. A 1-star review says, a very silent stadium, a few gasps during the goals, but I expected better. The price is enormous for the show offered. A 5-star review says, great and amazing and warm atmosphere, an artistic and spectacular evolution with lights and fireworks during matches. The fast food on site is amazing, a real delight and decent prices. But on my way in, I realised I'd made a mistake. So basically, I can't get into the hospitality until after the game. So I've got all this time to chill out. I have to go and get some food because I've not eaten all day. I thought I was getting hospitality food. I'm not. So with the hospitality coming later, I couldn't leave now I was in the ground. So I went for some food and I got a hot dog, but how did it taste?
I mean, it's banging, but it's a mouthful.
That hot dog was €7. That's quite cheap. That's about £4.50 in pounds. PSG is a lot cheaper than any stadium I've been to in the UK. It was now time to get out to my seat for PSG versus Strasbourg. My seat was half padded and we had this blue paper, which you will see later will turn out to be very dangerous. And I was next to the ultra stand, so surely the atmosphere won't be 1 star. And that was before kickoff. We got an incredible light show and each starting player had a flag come out. Then we were prompted to put our paper in the air. And now the player's entrance.
Brother, what an atmosphere. What an atmosphere.
The game kicked off, the ultras were in full voice, then the stadium got even louder when this happened.
PSG carried on getting chances, then out of nowhere, Strasbourg scored to make it 1-1, which the Strasbourg fans love. And then the unthinkable happened. They went 2-1 up. But that didn't stop the ultras from singing and moving. That was half time, but instead of getting food, I got pelted, and so did everyone else by fans in the upper tiers.
Getting pelted? Where's the nearest hospital? Is it bleeding? No, I'm alright.
Even the pitch wasn't safe from the blue paper, and PSG weren't safe from another goal either.
3-1 Strasbourg at PSG. It's 3-1. Can't believe this.
But out of nowhere, PSG got a lifeline, a penalty awarded, but would they score it? PSG were onto Strasbourg, another plane was flown towards the goalkeeper, and in the 80th minute, the stadium announcer got on the mic and did this.
It's the 80th minute. Stadium announcer's got everyone going. I'm loving it.
And it seemed to work because PSG scored.
Tell you what, stadiums in the Premier League need to get on the microphone. Stadium announcers need to get on the microphone when the teams are losing. It worked. They've come back.
Well, the Premier League team I see next might need something similar. PSG tried to find a winner, but it wasn't enough. The full-time whistle went, and it was time to check out the hospitality, which had a mix of canapé-style foods. But by the time I got down there, most of the food had gone, and it was far too busy, so I went out pitchside. And once I got out there, I soaked in a bit more atmosphere before going home. The atmosphere was absolutely incredible. PSG ultras just don't stop, and I don't know what the one-star review was talking about with the atmosphere. The lights and fireworks were great, but the hospitality will drop the score down on this one. If it was pre-match, I think it might have been better. So overall, Kevin Durant's PSG gets a 7 out of 10. But now for another celebrity basketball owner. We fly to the northwest of England, to Anfield, home of Liverpool Football Club, and their celebrity owner is LeBron James, the NBA superstar who just wants Liverpool to get 3 pointers like him. A one-star review says the atmosphere was non-existent bar 2 minutes of singing. Facilities are in a shocking state. This is by far the worst. The 5-star review says amazing atmosphere, and seats and the staff are amazing. Haven't been to a better stadium in my life, but which one would be true? As I made my way into Anfield, I was shown to an elevator and I definitely felt VIP. I made it to my floor, walked into the VIP lounge and was instantly met with the Premier League trophy. Something Manchester United fans can only dream of these days. But tonight was about more than just football. It was for Diogo Jota, and the programme was beautifully presented in memory of our number 20. I also got a small gift, some pin badges and a lanyard. Like most hospitalities, I started with bread, butter, but added some green stuff onto it, which actually tasted good before checking out the menu. The canapes came out first, which were very posh, and I still wasn't used to all this fine dining. For starters, I got octopus, but how did it taste?
That is banging. But they did drop my food on the table. I forgive them because it's Liverpool.
Then the team sheets arrived for Liverpool versus Bournemouth in the Premier League. But then the mains arrived. I got wild boar ragu, and I knew from this point that my belly wasn't going to be empty like Arsenal's trophy cabinet. I really hope I haven't jinxed that.
This is so filling. Honestly,
I can't eat it all. And I was in a food coma ready to sleep. But then a former Liverpool player arrived, Nigel Spackman. It was nearly time to head out to my seat, but before that, dessert arrived. Honey and lemon sponge, which I demolished more than Liverpool did to Man United in that 7-0. I promise, no more Man United mentions.
Oh, it is good. It is very, very good. I couldn't eat the main meal, but dessert, yeah.
Now it was time to head up the stairs and feel the atmosphere of Anfield, which was building. I had a comfortable padded seat with a charger on, but would it work?
The charger doesn't work on the seat. I don't know what I'm going to do. My phone's going to die.
But who cares when you had all the flags, motifs and the emotions? Anfield began to sing. Kicked off, Liverpool started strong and Salah nearly scored and Van Dijk headed over.
It's a good start, very good start.
But then the game suddenly stopped. The referee went over to the touchline and no one really knew what was happening. Of course, we now know Semenyo was racially abused, something which needs to be stopped and addressed properly in football. It's disgusting and anybody who does anything like this deserves to be banned. The game restarted and Liverpool were getting close and then Ekitike scored the opener. Ekitike had a chance to double the score, then Anfield sang his name.
looked dangerous but couldn't find the net, and that was half time. Time to head back in and get some food, which was 2 giant wedges with mayo and ketchup. Second half was underway, and early on we got another goal. Champions! 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 Then this happened.
Bournemouth just scored out of nothing, mate.
Arne Slot made changes.
Bournemouth look like they're going to score here. Looks like it's going to be 2-2.
And that's exactly what happened next.
2-2. I cannot believe it.
Time was ticking away until this happened.
Squeaky bum time, but we did it.
Anfield was alive with energy again. And if Anfield did have a roof, it would have been blown off when this happened. Time whistle went, and it was back down to the VIP to catch my breath. There was a custard tart waiting, but I couldn't eat anymore. The atmosphere was electric, magical, emotional. It definitely wasn't silent, and the facilities in the VIP were top tier. The emotions were high, and it just didn't feel real that Diogo Jota had passed away. I didn't want it to be real. Rest in peace, Diogo Jota. Overall, Liverpool get a rating of 8.5. And the celebrity football club with the highest rating is Tom Brady's Birmingham City with 9. Thanks for watching, and subscribe.